Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so today before you leave. And make sure to thumbs up the video if you do like what you see. And remember to share on all your social media networking sites that you happen to be on at this time. Hello, and welcome back. Yes, the holidays are here. I hope everybody is good and well and COVID free. As always, definitely. Yes, I am back in front of the camera, one of my favorite places to be in the whole wide world. So, yes, I'm back and I am COVID free. Thank God for that. All right, I missed you guys, so I'm definitely happy to be back today and bringing you another awesome video to enjoy. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so this actually happened in my city. It happened about a year ago, but they just not started to report on it. I'm in Chicago. Okay, so this lady is a social worker. Her name is Anjanette Young. And her home was raided by the Chicago Police Department February 21st, 2019. Okay, so it was basically a botched raid. They came into her home. They had a search warrant. And it ended up being a really terrible situation. It's very traumatizing for Miss Young. So those officers... we just found out this morning that they just got placed on desk duty. And this was a measure by our Mayor Lori Lightfoot, Lightfoot's administration, and the superintendent, our police superintendent, David Brown. He criticized the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA, as we call them, for taking too long in investigating the case. But he says justice delayed doesn't have to mean justice denied. So, now the mayor says there's no excuse why this has lasted a year without any movement on the part of COPA. Now that I can definitely agree with. But this has been a major crisis for the mayor. So basically, she came under fire. A lot of people were not pleased with her, and they felt like she could have done way more than she did. A lot of people were like, hey, I voted for her. Even the woman, Miss Young, was saying, hey, I voted for you. I voted for you. I told my friends, my family to vote for you, and you let me down. So... yeah, Mayor Lightfoot is definitely having a difficult time now with basically trying to rebuild trust among constituents. So, yeah, this is not a good look on her. And she says that she didn't know about it until, or that she initially learned of it after CBS aired body cam footage that showed Young naked and handcuffed, repeatedly telling officers who barged into her home that they had the wrong place. Now that really took the cake for me, because for those of you who live in like Indiana or Chicago, you probably saw it on the news. It was really difficult to watch. It was very traumatizing just seeing this young woman standing there in the nude, exposed, all these officers around her. And you just have to if you could put yourself in her shoes for a moment, just imagine how that would feel. You're standing there alone in your house, all these men are around, your naked body is there exposed for the world to see. They got handcuffs on you, you're crying, you're shaking, and you're just trying to make sense of what the hell is happening. And that's exactly how she felt. She kept trying to plead with them and tell them, hey, how is this legal? You have the wrong house, And it's like they were trying to, from what I saw, they were like trying to tell her to calm down. And I'm like, well, how do you how do you calm down? You're in my house, okay? You done came, busted through my door. I just got home from work. I'm trying to relax. I believe she was like taking a shower or something, or in her bedroom. I mean, first of all, that's scary, to hear your front door be busted open. You're in your house and you're like, what is happening here? What is going on? I'm sure she thought she was being burglarized. That's probably what was going on. I don't know if she has an alarm system. It probably went off. She was trying to, get her bearings and try to figure out, what to do, and so it's just scary. And then she's there in the house alone. So, she doesn't have any other family there with her, to kind of have to be in that experience with her. So, it's just not a good situation to be in. I mean, she's not alone. There have been other situations where we heard of police raiding someone's house. And it seems like there's a trend going on where every time they go up in somebody's house, it's always the wrong house. It's always the wrong house. It's like they need to check before they go running in, busting down somebody's door. Stop knocking down windows, knocking down doors before you know whose house you're supposed to be in. A lot of times what happens with these search warrants is that they may have the right address technically, but the resident that lives there currently is not who they're looking for. They're looking for like somebody who didn't live there maybe 7 years ago and who's not there now. And that's a problem for the current resident, because they have no idea that this is about to happen to them, So I just watched, I think, a documentary, and that happened to another lady, but she was there with her two sons, and her two sons were like, I mean, they were both under the age of 20, under the age of 21. These were like young kids, and I mean, they were terrified. It was like, it was crazy. I think they pulled them like outside and made them like get on their knees in the grass. I think they handcuffed all three of them. I mean, it was like really ridiculous. But yeah. So, Mayor Lightfoot is just kind of grappling, trying to figure out what she's gonna do. Are they gonna vote her back in for another term as mayor? At this point it's kind of iffy. People don't really trust her anymore. And because it seems unreal to me that she did not know anything about this, that she had no clue that this had happened to this woman, and, she didn't want to come out with the information, that she didn't know what was going on. So, members of her team told her via emails back in November 2019, they told her some more information about it, and she says that she's going to release the emails, but so far she has not. So that's another thing that's kind of making me look at her like, now what is really going on here? Like why be secretive now? Like, no, you might as well come on through with the emails, come on out with both hands up and let us see what's really going on, because you don't look good. You're not looking good right now. I don't know. I always had this fear, like when I was sitting in the living room sometime, I'm like, now what would I do in this situation if somebody come bust through my door? I have no idea. I mean, I guess you would have to comply and, try to let them know they got the wrong place. I'm like, look, you got the wrong house. I always pray to God that will never happen, because I don't want to be in that situation. I'm like, I don't want you coming through my door. Stay out of my house. Don't come in my house. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to be talking to them cops. They coming in and, because a lot of times they coming in and it's not like you're going to have a nice conversation. They coming in and they immediately trying to lay hands on you, okay? And I don't mean to pray. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing nice. It's gonna be they trying to throw you down on the floor and trying to cuff you and, maybe trying to hit on you and all that kind of stuff, So, I mean, poor Miss Anjanette, I know she went through hell and back just being there with them. Finally, they did let her cover up finally. and I'm not sure, but I think they may have taken the handcuffs off. Don't quote me on that. But it looked like from the video that maybe they had taken the handcuffs off, I guess, or either cuffed them from the front instead of the back. But they did eventually let her cover up. But I think she stood there for like 40 to 45 minutes naked, which is like, you have to think about, would you do your mother that way? You want somebody to do your mother or your aunt or your sister that way, your girlfriend, your wife? I thought it was degrading how they treated her, and distasteful and disrespectful, and it goes back to how, America, treats black women and how they regard black women. It's kind of like what Malcolm X said, how the black woman is the most disrespected in the world. And it rings true today. I mean, for me, like, this case, in a sense, kind of parallels with the Breonna Taylor case. I think Breonna Taylor's death is like very symbolic of a lot of things, very symbolic of a lot of problems that we're having in America with the treatment of black people and the treatment of black women. If you notice, between her and George Floyd, like, his case, we know his case happened first, and I don't know if it was just that, but it seemed like it got more attention. Like, even after her case, his case seemed to have gotten more attention, and it got justice first. And I think with her, her case didn't get as much justice, or we had to really push, that's where the Say Her Name came from. We had to really, really push to get, somebody to listen and pay attention, and to not forget her name, and not forget what had happened to her. So, and once again, in her case, it was a raid. It was police, with a search warrant and, the no-knock warrant, and, coming into a house, and, when they're not supposed to be, and the problems that it caused. Now, luckily for Miss Anjanette, she didn't get killed or beaten or anything like that, so we just thank God for that. But the situation could always be worse, right? In Breonna's case, she was not so lucky, but it just, to me, there was just a small parallel with that disrespect and that disregard for black women and their lives, and just not, like, nobody being there to protect them. I get sick of that, and I think we have, until we change the way we treat black women and our views on black women, you're going to get another Breonna Taylor. You're going to have another Anjanette Young. It's going to keep happening. The cycle keeps happening, But in both cases, nobody was protecting them. Nobody was looking out for them. Black women do a lot of protecting other people, but nobody ever looks out and protects them. And that's my problem with it. So until we change our views and our actions, our mindsets, our behaviors, you're going to keep hearing cases like this, and it's got to stop. It's just got to stop. Point blank and a period, okay? All right, guys. But that was my 2 cents. I just want to hop in here and talk about that a little bit. I want to hear you all's viewpoints. Definitely leave your viewpoints in the comments below. Let's have a little discussion about it. So leave your comments below. I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. Definitely. If I don't get back in here before New Year's, I should, but if I don't, then happy New Year's to everybody. But definitely happy holidays, happy and blessed holidays to everybody. I want everybody to have a good time with their families. Just have fun, soak it all up. Don't think about COVID too much. Just be safe and just have a good time. Yes, my book is still on sale. If you have not gotten your copy, it makes a great gift. It is on sale, so this is the best time to get it. So go ahead and grab your copy. I will leave the info in the more info box below. And y'all take care now. Y'all have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.